Hey everybody, I'm back from America, where I was filming the World Championships and then filming the Asia Oceanic All-Star Women's Tour. This is just a quick update, so if I had to pick out 3 highlights from my time away, one would have to be the crazy storm that happened at Worlds, which meant that the semis and the finals got moved indoors. We had to bring down our equipment a bunch of times because of lightning warnings, and then one time we had the equipment down and in a makeshift kind of tent, and then there was a tornado warning. So we had to go out into the storm. It was pouring down with rain. We could see lightning really close. Grab all our stuff, move it into a bigger, sturdier tent that wouldn't hopefully be blown away in the case of a tornado. We're having to drive around in the golf carts at speed, and Mike was the last person to be picked up after he had to finish something off, so he just jumped in the back as we careered across the fields towards our car. That was a really crazy experience. Next highlight, it's got to be another one from Worlds. This is when we were filming a Swedish team, and at half time they got onto the field with the other team and they spelt out Mike with a heart, and this is basically a wedding proposal acceptance from his now fiance, who was watching the stream and had organised it with the coach of the Swedish team, who had then talked to the other team. You can see on this video he leans in to see what the message is, and it's kind of overwhelmed
and
by it.
we've got Mike Palmer here to explain what's that all about, Mike?
I'm in love with a beautiful woman in Sweden called Christina, and I asked her to marry me, and that might be the answer. That's pretty amazing.
Mike! Congrats, buddy!
And everyone for the rest of the whole week was congratulating Mike whenever they went past. And then the third highlight is from the AO All-Stars tour. There were so many amazing things on and off the field that happened during that tour. It really was an incredible experience. But if I have to pick out one thing, then it's going to be the D that happened at the end of the Scandal games. So this was sudden death against Scandal.
Good luck there, but they'll
you
ride
can
it.
see the AO All-Stars in white here playing amazing defense to shut out all the options.
Now, not much dump opportunities again.
And then finally in the end, Kana Kobayashi comes through with the block. You can see this is amazing team effort on defense. Okay, pivots out for the backhand. We've got a player free in the middle, but then the closing speed here means that if that pass is thrown, that's going to be a D. Okay, and then next up for the around, we've got another all-star who's just seen that that's the option, is actually going to catch up. Yeah, they're closing the ground there. That's going to be a layout D potentially if that was thrown. Okay, so then looks over to this option here. They clear space and we've got a deep person coming under. And you see Kobayashi coming through from behind here. Yeah, so she sees the whole play. She sees that that disc is going to be thrown. She puts her head down, gets accelerating, just picks the ideal line to come through and get the interception. That was awesome. A critical moment in the game. There's so much tension around that point. Insane. You see it again at full speed. There's that first option out. The clearing cut.
Been so solid now, not much dump
Kobayashi with the read of the game comes straight through
to
D. Excellent.
Comes in. Kana Kobayashi gets the...
Other stuff I've been working on this month includes finishing the catching module that I made for the Ultimate Skills project. This was a 4-part series, and I put loads of time and effort into filming lots of different things, including clips from games, explaining kind of pretty much everything I know about catching, breaking it down into digestible parts. The content is available on ultiresults.com. You'll have to buy a subscription, but I think it's well worth it. As soon as you buy a subscription, you get access to all the previous coaches' modules. You might have heard of the Ultimate Athlete project. Okay, that was considered great value for money, and the Ultimate Skills project, I'd say, is even better. At the moment, Brett Matzuka and John McNaughton are doing a module on creative throwing, which is really interesting. Again, next thing for me is going to Estonia later this week. I'm going to be filming for Fancy the European Northern Regionals. Beyond that, there's a video that I'm putting together at the moment about Hex Movement. So the last Hex explanation video I made was all about the structure, but just having the structure isn't enough to kind of be able to play Hex well or be able to implement Hex well in your team. You need to understand the movement as well, because as the structure is very different to stack structure, then the movement is also very different to stack movement. So I put together a Hex Movement Decision Tree, and I'll be releasing a video where I show that and explain what it's all about. I also hope to get my live streaming analysis stuff started very soon, so stay tuned.